What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new episode of TheLead Houston, where it's all Houston all the time. Last night, we had some breaking news coming from Aaron Wilson's YouTube channel. If anybody missed it, you can just go straight to Aaron Wilson's YouTube channel and you can hear it from the man himself, where Aaron Wilson had some news on there talking about a latest restructure, another one from the Houston Texans, the way of Danico Autry. Now, obviously, this is unofficial. Aaron Wilson said this is per sources, but nothing has quite happened yet. And he did say that he doesn't have the full details, but what he believes, and again, opinion, what he believes it's $6 to $7 million freed up. So, what does this mean? The Houston Texans could be making another restructure of Danico Autry. Did not hear him mention anything about a Daniel Hunter extension, but restructuring Danico Autry does some things for the Houston Texans. As Aaron Wilson did mention, though, that a lot of this money is going to be used for the signings, for the trades, and anything that isn't unofficial to officially become official. So the Houston Texans, even though they are freeing up this money, and a lot of fans would think that a big move is on the surface here, Aaron Wilson says to temper those expectations. And as he says, expect no big move. And a little upsetting to hear, actually. You're making up a lot of money right now. And I get that they also have to worry about the NFL draft and then, trying to fit about 7, 8 guys from the NFL draft. And then you got some undrafted guys that are going to come in as well. So I don't know. I feel like the Houston Texans seem to be officially done with free agency. That is what Aaron Wilson is implying here, considering that he did say no big move expected to happen after these restructures. I'm not quite sure that's the soundest move for the Houston Texans. I don't mind actually going out and taking a look at some of the free agents that are still out there. I know Aaron Wilson mentioned somebody like Brandon Cooks. Big no, in my opinion. Don't want Brandon Cooks on this team. He didn't want to be on this team at the beginning. I don't want to deal with him again. I've already dealt with him one time. Don't want to go down that road one more time. He did mention Stephon Diggs, and that is somebody that y'all already saw the video before I already posted about the Houston Texans and what could be a big splash signing late into it, and maybe a reunion in Htown could be something cooking here in Houston between us and Stephon Diggs. Aaron Wilson did mention that the Texans have had talks with his representatives. So, hey, yeah, it would be a very fun, interesting move if the Houston Texans did decide to bring him back. I know a lot of people are going, well, you already got a slot guy in Christian Kirk, and Stephon Diggs is pretty effective in the slot as well. Well, Nick Caley came from the New England Patriots, and they had guys like Julian Edelman and Danny Amendola who worked exclusively in the slot, and there was 2 guys that are heavy slot guys in Edelman and Amendola. So doesn't shock me if the Houston Texans say, hey, we can do it. Nick Caley's here. He can figure it out. I mean, Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua are pretty exclusive slot guys as well, and he made it work, even though they were maybe not on the field at the same time because of injuries all the time, but that's neither here or there. The Houston Texans can make this work some way, somehow, and I think in addition of Stephon Diggs, as y'all all know, is a big-time addition, and again, a trio of him, Nico, Christian Kirk already scares opposing defenses, regardless of what you're doing on offensive line. We got to figure it out as we get going. But Aaron Wilson did mention as well that the NFL draft for the Texans is going to be very focused on the offensive line and wide receiver. Those are the 2 positions he mentioned specifically. Not shocking at all, considering that the 3 positions the Texans met with the most at the NFL Combine were O-line, wide receiver, and running back. Would not shock me if the Houston Texans grab a running back. They got 4 picks within the top 100. Wouldn't shock me at all if one of those picks were maybe the last 2 of those 4 picks in the 100 would be a running back. I would not mind it at all, whether it's a Marion Hampton, whether it's a Devin Neal, whether it's a Tuttle, whether it's Trevor Etienne is definitely one of those guys I really want. There's multiple guys there that the Houston Texans can go after. But when it comes to free agency, and that's what the point of this video is, the Texans have restructured and freed up some more money. Aaron Wilson says there's no big move on the horizon, but man, I'm not quite sure. I don't want that for the Texans. I actually would want them to go get themselves another football player that can change this team in some shape, way, or form. Whether it is a Stephon Diggs, no on Brandon Cooks, no on Amari Cooper. None of them dudes really do it for me. But I wouldn't mind, even if Aaron Wilson did mention George Fant. I don't mind that idea at all. Fant could be a cheap option in a reunion here in Houston. But I need something else for the Houston Texans. I really do. And even if it's at the wide receiver position, I mean, even if it's a cheap veteran option, I'd rather have Tyler Lockett than the two receivers I just mentioned. And that says a lot because I'm not dealing with Brandon Cooks again. And Amari Cooper just sounds boring to me already. Tyler Lockett at 33, I would rather take the deal on a veteran and see what he can bring with me at the age of 33 compared to them two right away. So who knows, man? Y'all let me know down in the comment section. Do y'all think the Houston Texans could be making a move or not? Aaron Wilson says no on a big move. The Houston Texans restructure Danico Autry and free up about $6 to $7 million. Again, let me know down in the comment section. Who do you want in free agency? Who do you want in the draft? As always, guys, go Astros, go Rockets, go Texans. You have a blessed day.